Happy Monday, everyone. My name is Kirk Chisholm, principal of Innovative Advisory Group and host of the popular podcast, Money Tree Investing. I'm here with you today in front of Congress with my bag of tomatoes. Apparently, I'm not alone. I just saw a vendor down the street selling tomatoes, so must be a thing around here. Anyway, I'm here specifically because our IRAs are under fire by our government, the same government that created them in 1974. They want to close some of the best investing loopholes that exist today for everyday investors. They always talk about closing loopholes for the rich guys, but they end up always harming the little guy. This is one of those examples. If you've not read the proposed bill, you should. The secret investing strategy has allowed everyday investors to get unbelievably high rates of return by investing in what they know. It has allowed one of the presidential candidates of our country to create an IRA valued at over $100 million. It has allowed a number of tech investors to create Roth IRAs with a value of over $1 billion. Now, while these numbers may seem too large to believe, this secret is available to everybody. Now, while I'd love you to join me in front of Congress to test out your pitching arm with these beautiful red tomatoes, what I'd really love is if you join me at the 25th President's Week Conference in Las Vegas, Nevada on November 13th to the 17th. Now, at the conference, I'll be talking about what the wealthiest man in Rome can teach us about financial resilience, risk management, and protecting yourself from being a turkey. I'll also be talking about this wealth creation secret and why it's under fire from our government. Lastly, I'm going to once again skewer a number of Wall Street sacred cows. We're going to have a lot of fun this year. Now, this conference is a great way to learn new ways to grow your wealth, protect it, and reduce your taxes. I've been in the field of investing in wealth management for the past 22 years. I'm always looking for ways to help my clients grow their wealth and protect it. I learn something new every year on how to do that. Joel Nagel and Mike Cobb do a great job at bringing together the best and brightest minds in each respective field so you can protect yourself from the risks you cannot control, like the government, markets, creditors, and the government. By the way, did I mention the government? The conference is deliberately set up to be an intimate gathering of speakers and attendees so that the attendees can actually talk with the speakers and ask questions they want to know. This is definitely one of my favorite conferences of the year. I've been to a lot of conferences, and most of them are too large to make meaningful connections with people that you actually want to speak to. Last year at this event, I had the pleasure of speaking to every attendee and speaker. We all had a chance to have meaningful conversations in an intimate setting. Now, for those of you who were not able to join us last year due to COVID, it was a lot of fun. One of the reasons I love coming to Joel and Mike's President's Week conference is because it's such a great group of people who are looking at the world from a non-traditional lens. They're sharing their best wisdom and experience. I met some great people with interesting stories about how they were approaching the many crises we face on a daily basis now. The biggest one last year was COVID, but now we have so many more crises at our door, and you need to know how to deal with them. The great thing about this conference is with all these experts, some really interesting things can happen, sometimes spontaneously. One of my favorite stories from this conference is last year at the special dinner held for guests, we had a spirited debate over whether gold or Bitcoin was a better investment. Now, I was spontaneously enlisted to join this debate with three of the smartest people I know in the area, Erica Gemma, Rich Checkin, and Paul Rosenberg. Now, I feel our side won. They may have different thoughts, but you can ask them at the event. But either way, this was a great way to end off the night and one of my favorite parts of the event. They will all be joining us as well at this event. Now, if you cannot join me to exercise your First Amendment rights to catapult red tomatoes at your favorite congressman, please join us at the President's Week Conference from November 13th to the 17th in Las Vegas, Nevada. I look forward to seeing you there.